to decide whether something is relevant to the defence, which seems inherently flawed. You can't just count on an adversary to voluntarily expose all of their weaknesses. In Star Wars, the rebels had to steal the Death Star plans. The Empire didn't just email it to them with a subject line, forward, gigantic, stupid, weak spot, parentheses, very dumb, go to town. And when prosecutors do withhold evidence, there is very little accountability for them. Take Michael Morton. In 1987, he was wrongfully convicted of his wife's murder after the prosecutor in that case withheld crucial pieces of exculpatory evidence. Now, the good news is that prosecutor, Ken Anderson, was held to account for that misconduct. The bad news is there was a slight discrepancy between the two men's sentences.
Morton served nearly 25 years in prison, 8,995 days. And now the sentence for the prosecutor, just 10 days in jail for contempt of court.
10 days, and he served less than half that. Although, before you get too mad, he did also have to pay a $500 fine, which isn't really the penalty you'd expect for wiping out 25 years of someone's life. It's close to what you'd expect for fucking a cantaloupe at Whole Foods. 10 days for the public indecency, $500 for the cantaloupe. And to make it even worse, Anderson is actually the only prosecutor to ever serve any time for misconduct resulting in a wrongful conviction, ever. Because the truth is, prosecutors rarely face any sort of consequences for misconduct. State bars are supposed to hold them accountable, but a study of 5 states found that in 660 cases where courts had confirmed prosecutorial misconduct, the number of prosecutors disciplined in those cases was 1. And that lack of accountability can fuel a dangerous culture where wins are already prioritised to a disturbing degree. In fact, in one DA's office in Colorado, prosecutors were paid bonuses for achieving a high conviction rate. And in Texas, a DA rewarded convictions in misdemeanor cases with a prize that they call the Trial Dog Award. And let me just say, as the proud owner of 9 trial dogs, my award goes to this one. Please don't die. Please don't die. I cannot stress enough how important it is for you to hang in there. And there was the notoriously aggressive office also of New Orleans DA Harry Connick Sr., who is, yes, Harry Connick Jr.'s dad. In fact, here they are on Harry Jr.'s short-lived talk show singing a weirdly inappropriate duet.
I'm just wild about Harry. Harry's wild about me. The heavenly blisses of his kisses fill them with ecstasy.
Now, if you didn't see any problem with that, here's just a fun experiment for you to try at home. Call your own father right now. Tell him that the heavenly blisses of his kisses fill you with ecstasy and just see how that goes. My prediction is your next fishing trip is going to be extra quiet. But during his time as New Orleans DA, lots of people were wild about Harry Connick Sr. because his office was famously ruthless.
Harry Connick was tough on crime. He was very aggressive, and he wanted to lock them all up forever.
Connick's lead prosecutor was Jim Williams. Jim took great pride in his numerous death penalty convictions. He even kept a miniature electric chair on his desk.
Jim was regarded as one of the most aggressive prosecutors in the district attorney's office. He described sliding up behind defendants in the courtroom and buzzing in their ears to mimic the buzz of electricity.
Holy shit! That is just not okay. Although there was also literally no scenario in which sliding up behind someone and saying buzz in their ear is acceptable. Not even if you are Neil Armstrong on the moon and you need to get Buzz Aldrin's attention. Hey, Buzz. 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 We're on the moon, Buzz. 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 Are you mad I was first? Buzz. Buzz. But that office's win-at-all-costs culture resulted in some serious mistakes. As it turns out, fully a quarter of the men sentenced to death during Connick's tenure had their convictions overturned because of improperly withheld evidence.